Well, hello, 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 hello. And George, you're already in position. Stand right there and say hello, George. Hello. Hello, beautiful children of China. It's your teacher, Timothy. Get the cobwebs out of your mind. It's time to learn something new. Just me and you and George. And we're going to tell a story today. And so I'm going to light the candle. Remember, if you have any matches that you come across, be sure to get a grown-up to help you. Hey, come on. Maybe I need a grown-up to help me. Oh, good. There it is, finally. Finally. So we light a candle here for storytelling. Yep. And I have my cup of tea for storytelling, to have a good story. We also have our 5 words for the day. Let's type up our 5 words for the day. Here's one word. That one is appearance. Appearance, okay? Say it one more time. Appearance. That one is what? Can you say it? Determined. 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 And this little short word, relief. 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 And then we have this word. This is a long one. Predicament. Predicament. Say it again. Predicament. Predicament. A predicament. And finally, feature. Feature. Let's just save these words right here. There they are. And I'm going to go through them now, and I'm going to say each one 3 times. And when I say them, I'm going to ring the bell, because if you hear them in the story, I will also ring the bell. Okay, ready? Appearance. 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 Can you say it with me? Appearance. 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 Determined. 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 Relief. 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 Predicament. 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 And feature. 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 There you have the 5 words for the story. And our candle is lit, and George is here. Are you ready to hear a story by a great storyteller named Rudyard Kipling? Can you say his name? Rudyard Kipling? Rudyard Kipling. His first name is Rudyard. His last name, Kipling. He's from England, and he is no longer alive, but he wrote quite a bit about, well, I bet he was alive 100 years ago, but he was writing 75 years ago or so. I believe he wrote The Jungle Book. Have you ever heard of The Jungle Book? It's a good story. He also wrote this story. This one is called The Elephant's Child. The Elephant's Child. Now, let me put my picture small here. Once upon a time, there were many, many animals, and they were talking out in the woods, out in the jungle. And they were talking about this, and they were talking about that. And this was at a time, a long time ago, when their appearance was different. They looked different. Look at these elephants. they have a different appearance, don't they? Tell me what is different about these elephants. I'll tell you what's different. This elephant right here, their nose is too short. Usually they have something that goes way down like that, don't they? They have a different appearance. They look different, don't they? And this was so long ago that the ostrich and the giraffe and the baboon and the colo bird and the elephants and there's a hippopotamus, they're all talking. Well, then came a baby elephant. You can see the baby elephant right here. Can you see the baby elephant? Look this is the baby elephant right there. And the baby elephant is so excited, The baby elephant says, "Oh, Mr. Giraffe, why do you have spots?" And the giraffe says, "Oh." And he runs up to the ostrich and says, "Why do you have so many feathers on your butt?" Oh. And then he runs up to the baboon and he says, "You have a red bottom. Why do you have a red bottom? Do you have a diaper rash?" Oh, so many questions. The mother elephant was a little bit embarrassed. And then he went running up to the hippopotamus and said, "Why do you have toenails? Can I paint them?" Oh. Well, I'll tell you right now that all of the animals thought that the little elephant was crazy, was loony, had a few screws loose in their head. They all thought that the little elephant asked too many questions and was crazy. But you know what? That's when the little elephant said, "Everybody, listen, ostrich, giraffe, mom, elephant, baboon, hippo, colo bird, listen, I have one last question. What does a crocodile eat for dinner?" And they all said, "Oh, get out of here, you little kid, you're driving us crazy. We think you're crazy." They were kind of grumpy. They were grumpy, these animals. And the little elephant was determined. This little elephant was determined. That means that he was for sure going to go and find out what crocodiles eat. He was determined to find out what crocodiles eat. Yes, he was. And so he told everybody, "I'm going to go and I'm going to find out what crocodiles eat." "Where do crocodiles live?" "Oh, I remember," he said. "I know you're not answering me right now, but I remember you said that they live over there in the Green River. I'm going to go over to the Green River and I'm going to find out what crocodiles eat because I am determined to figure out the answer to my question." "Shh," said all the animals. "Enough." Well, that didn't slow down the crocodile, I'll tell you that. And the next day, I'm sorry, not the crocodile. That didn't slow down the baby elephant. The next day, the baby elephant packed up 100 bananas and also packed up 17 melons. And the colo bird flew with him. And he started to look for the great green river. Now, as he went, he ate some of the melons and he dropped the melon pieces along the way. You can see there that he's dropping all the way back along the river. He's been dropping some pieces of melon that he ate. Finally, the baby elephant got to the great green river with his friend, the colo bird. Do you see the friend here? I don't really see the friend, the colo bird. I know in the story it talks about the colo bird, but I don't see it there right now. Maybe I'm missing it. This is the colo bird right here, and he's coming to watch. But the first thing that elephant says, the baby elephant says, because first of all, he sees, do you know what this is right here? Do you know what it is? This one. The elephant doesn't know what that is. And the baby elephant says, "Oh, look, is this Is this the great green river? And that creature, that snake says, yes, it is. And then the little elephant went up to the snake and said, are you a crocodile? And the snake said, no, I'm not. Where is a crocodile? Said the little elephant. Right over there, but be careful. Well, the snake seemed kind of like a nice guy, actually. The snake seemed kind. He warned the little elephant to be careful around the crocodile. Well, I have a question for the crocodile. Can you answer my question? What does a crocodile eat for dinner? And the snake did not say anything. Nothing. What do you think, children? What do you think that a crocodile eats for dinner? What do you think? What's going to happen in this story? Can you guess? Say it out loud if you can guess. Well, maybe you know what's happening here. But the baby elephant turned and went over here to the great green river and put his face with his short little nose above the water. And then he saw a crocodile. I don't know if maybe the crocodile was over here by this rock. I'm not quite sure. But the baby elephant saw the crocodile and said, hey, are you a crocodile? And the crocodile said, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Well, then I have a question for you, said the baby elephant. My question is this: what do you eat for dinner? And the crocodile said, well, why don't you come closer and I'll tell you in my quiet voice. What? The crocodile said, why don't you come closer and I'll tell you in my quiet voice? Would you go closer to a crocodile? I would not. But this little baby elephant is so new in the world. So new in the world that the baby elephant went over to the crocodile to find out what the crocodile eats for dinner. Ah! The crocodile grabbed onto that baby elephant's nose and started to pull like crazy. And the baby elephant said, ouch, 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 let go, let go, let go. And the crocodile said, you want to know what I eat for dinner? Ouch, 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 let go, let go, let go. Do you want to know what I eat for dinner? He said without moving his mouth. Ouch, ouch. Tonight I'm going to eat a baby elephant. And he pulled harder and harder. And the baby elephant's nose started to stretch and stretch and stretch. That baby elephant, ouch, ouch, ouch. And then the snake, the nice snake, wrapped his tail around the foot of the baby elephant and pulled the baby elephant back so that the baby elephant would not be eaten by the crocodile. But when the snake pulled on the baby elephant's foot, the baby elephant's nose became even longer. Oh my gosh, ouch, 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 ouch. And finally, boom, the crocodile let go. And the baby elephant was holding on to his nose. Oh, he was crying some tears. And he said, look at how long my nose is. Look at how long it is. Will it ever go back? And the snake said, well, first of all, it is a great relief that you did not get eaten by the crocodile. That crocodile was going to eat you. And now, we're so glad. Wow, that was a close call. That's a great relief that you were not eaten by that crocodile. And I don't know what to say about your nose. I don't think it'll ever get short again. Oh no, said the baby elephant. I'll never go back to my home, not with a big long nose like this. This is so embarrassing. I don't look like any of my mom or the other elephants. I don't look like them. They're going to laugh at me. But then, just then, a fly, bzzz, and the baby elephant took his long nose and boom, got it. And then, just then, there was a little bit of a melon that the baby elephant had dropped, and there was something extra to eat, and he reached down with his trunk and picked it up and brought it back and ate it. And the snake said, look what you're doing with your nose. Look what you're doing. You're using it so beautifully. And the baby elephant said, I hate my nose. I hate it. Oh my gosh. But still, he was using it. Well, the baby elephant and the cola bird followed the bits of melon all the way back to see the others. And when they got there, the mother said, baby elephant, your nose is so long. I know, I'm so sad about my nose. I don't look like you anymore. No, look at it. It's beautiful, said the mother. Look what you can do. You can shoot water onto your back. You can smack flies. You can get food. You can pick things up off the ground. This is amazing. How can I get one? And all the other elephants said, how can I get one? And the baby elephant said, well, it's kind of scary. I got into this difficult predicament. I was in a very strange predicament. I was in a strange predicament with the crocodile hanging onto my nose. I didn't like it. But if you do that, that crocodile will pull on your nose, and maybe the snake will pull on your foot, and you'll get out of it, and you'll have a nose like mine. And all of the elephants went. All of them went together. And one after another, they had their nose pulled by the crocodile. The crocodile wanted to eat them all and did not get to eat one because the snake helped so much. Snake helped. And all of the crocodiles came back. And they walked around with their long noses. And the baby elephant was so proud. The baby elephant was so proud. And why? How did this ever happen? Because the baby elephant asked so many questions. And all of the elephants now benefited from that baby elephant pulling its nose so long. And now it's the thing that we talk about with elephants. It's their special feature. The thing that is special for them. It's their feature. The one thing that's special for an elephant is their trunk. Their trunk, we call it a long elephant trunk. And look at all these elephants in this picture. How lucky are they? This one has a long trunk. This baby has a long trunk. This one is using its trunk to put water on. This one's using its trunk to hold on to its mama's tail. And this mama is her long trunk, and she's sniffing the ground looking for peanuts over here. They use their trunk all the time. That's their special feature. That is the story of the baby elephant. The elephant's child is the name of this story. And this must be the cola bird who saw the whole thing happen, didn't he? The cola bird saw the whole thing. I wonder if the snake is around. Is the snake here? No, not here. This is back where all the elephants are. The cola bird is here. Let's go back to the beginning and let's just talk about our words one more time. Let's say our words. First of all, at the beginning of the story, they have short noses, don't they? They have a different appearance. The way that we see them is different at the beginning of the story than the end. Their appearance is different. Say it with me. Appearance, appearance, appearance. Let's go to the next word. The baby elephant was determined. What was the baby elephant determined to do? Tell me. What, George, was the baby elephant determined to do? Right, to ask a lot of questions. And then there became one question that the baby elephant was determined to ask, was determined to find out. Right, yeah, to find out what a crocodile eats for dinner. And it turned out to be a dangerous question. I wonder why the mama did not go with the baby. She should have probably gone to help, because that's a dangerous thing to do. But the next day, the baby went, didn't he? Next day, the baby went. And what was the relief? What was the relief? Well, it's because the crocodile grabbed onto the baby's nose, right? And when it finally let go, it was, that was a relief when the crocodile finally let go. But before that crocodile let go, what was it? Before the crocodile let go, what was it? It was a real predicament. That little baby, the crocodile was hanging onto its nose. It was in a real predicament. A predicament means, a trouble, a lot of situation that's very strange, and in a real predicament to try to figure out how to get out of it, how to get out of that predicament. And finally, how did we use the word feature? Can you remember how we used the word feature? Say it right now. Well, the thing that is the real feature of an elephant, the special thing of an elephant, the feature of an elephant is their trunk. That is their very special feature. That's right. So you can take these words, you can stop the video right now, and you should write these words out. Go ahead, take a pencil and write each one. Appearance, determined, relief, predicament, and feature. 5 good words in English. There's some kind of tricky ones. And if you use these words, you're going to be smart. You're going to sound very, very smart to whoever's listening if they speak English. Certainly an elephant would be impressed, and all of these elephants most certainly would be impressed. So there go the words. You can always go back and listen to parts of the story. You can always, tell the story backwards. If we were to tell the story backwards, we would start with the end, which means we would start that all of the elephants had long noses. And then what came before that? You are right. Only the baby elephant had a long nose. And what happened before that? Wow, the baby elephant was in a real predicament because its nose was grabbed onto by a crocodile. Yeah. And what happened before that? Well, the snake was there in the tree, right? And what happened before that? The kola bird and the baby elephant were walking to the Green River. Oh, why did I ring that? I didn't mean to. And then before that, what happened? Well, the baby elephant packed up 100 bananas and 17, how many? 17 melons. What happened before that? Well, all of the animals thought that the little baby elephant was crazy. Too many questions. What happened before that? The baby was asking everybody questions. Yes, he was. And what happened before that? Well, just the animals were standing around, the mama elephant. And that's kind of the beginning of the story. The author, Rudyard Kipling, had written The Elephant's Child. So there you have it, a great little English story. not only in the language English, but from England. Rudyard Kipling wrote in England. Thank you so much. Well, that's the end, my friends. Goodbye, my friends. This is your teacher, Timothy. I'm signing off, and George too. Thank you for a good lesson. Thank you. Thank you for a good lesson. And now I'm happier. You're smarter. And the whole world. Can you look through here, George? Can you look right? Can you see George through there? You can see him right over the top. The whole world is a little bit smaller.